Hello, my name is Saito Cash, and today I want to tell you how to get analog tone into your instrument creations on your DAW. Now, I have Ableton opened up here, and I'm going to show you an awesome technique to get these sounds. Now, it's called stealing. Go to a local guitar center or some sort of music gear place that has vintage synthesizers. If they're on, you can ask the owner. Get something like a Zoom recorder or some sort of 1/4" to headphone jack to your phone recorder and record the oscillator tones of the synthesizers there to steal their tones. You're not going to get any of the filter sounds, so anything like a 303, you can throw that out to the trash, because that's going to be a very hard thing to obtain for your DAW physically. But something like a Moog Mother 32, for example, you're going to do fine with just that. So I'm going to show you how this is done. Now, I'm not using a phone or a Zoom recorder, but basically in the future I would send that to my computer. So we're going to record through the computer. I've got the Moog Mother 32 next to me. We're going to record some pure waves. So first we're going to start with the saw. And then we're going to go and move on to the square wave. We're trying to capture as many analog tones as we can. And we can go to any sort of DAW's sampler sort of device, and we can play these waves out. And then let me show you how it sounds between the synthesizer and the DAW. So you're going to notice, like, of course I could loop this bit to make it longer. You're going to notice that the octaves and the pitches, they stay pretty close to each other. They're relatively close. And the reason for that is because we've only recorded the oscillator. And all you got to do to change the pitch of an oscillating sound wave is just by decreasing or increasing the times it oscillates per second. So basically all we're getting is the tone and the character of Moog's own little saw wave oscillator. Now we can do this with the square wave too, but there's going to be a lot of people saying, oh, I already knew that already. Of course you can sample, you can multi-sample, do whatever. Great, but what if you wanted to sample something like the modulation of the pulse width on that square wave? So that's going to increase the like how long that square wave holds out before the next one comes. So it'll go from small to large as it oscillates. So I'm going to show you how to record something like that. So I'm going to record the square wave again. Let's make sure this is on. And I'm going to record the pulse width modulation. Sorry. Okay, so as you can see, or as you can hear really, the sound changes over time. Right around here. So I'm going to cut this piece out. Now, I'm not going to just stick this into another sampler or a simpler. I'm going to go to the Ableton Wavetable. If you have some sort of wavetable or some sort of Alchemy synth that can take waves or samples and then convert them into the pure waves per like time passing, that's great. This will be useful. So I'm going to stick the modulating pulse width square wave into here, and you're going to see all of the modulations in the waveform as time goes on. So let's play this. So you're going to get different sorts of sounds out of this, but it's still basically the analog tone, but at different points. And of course you can come over to the matrix here, and you can have like the envelope modulate the wave position. That's great and all. You can do this on Serum as well. This works. Basically, it can take in waves too. There you go. There's your waves. You can go to the draw mode and check out the waves. Yeah, so here you go. Here's the wave over time. Now, that's awesome, right? Stealing tones. Experiment with this method. Go to a Moog synth and record that. Go to a Prophet synth and record that. You're going to find, if you've never heard these two synthesizers before, that the harmonics generated and the sound made is very different. The Moog is much like darker, and the Prophet is much brighter and can cut through. So basically you have these sounds at your disposal now. And of course, if you want to create something like a modular synth inside of Ableton, you can. There are many tools for that. Let's see. Let's loop this here. So this is, because this is an oscillator, you can shape the sound with subtractive synthesis and all that junk. You can turn down the frequency, the filter. You could even go grab an LFO. Where are we at? Here we go. From the Max for Live, and you can map that. And I mean, we're basically building a synthesizer here, a modular synthesizer. There's also envelope followers. Let's make sure this, I think the LFO is ruining my filter. As you can see, there's a little bit of a envelope going on here. You can patch that to something. Build your own modular synth. So yeah, that's how you can bring analog tone into your DAW and create new instruments out of it. See ya.